Breakfast at Tiffany's and bottles of bubbles. Girls with tattoos who like getting in trouble.
Alrighty, love. So today's hair is from Yee Hair. If you guys are interested in purchasing, then all you have to do is check the description box down below. So in today's video, we are going to be attempting to do the watercolor method for the second time, and I have to say I love the way that it turned out. So number one, what I didn't do in the first video, well, I did do this, but I let it sit for too long, so it got pretty cool. So we're using hot boiling water, and we're using the shades Cinnamon and Cajun Spice in the Adore hair color. And I'm just pouring in Cajun Spice just because I wanted a bit more of that burnt orange look. And I emptied out the first bottle in here, and then I poured a little bit of cinnamon in this mixture as well. And then I just went in with my tinting brush, and I'm just mixing the color in so that it can be more smooth and so that there's not like a glob of color on it. So this is our first bundle. So for the bundles, I got a 22, 24, and 26 inch bundles and a 20-inch frontal. And yeah, so I just dipped the hair in, and at first I wanted to do an ombre color, so that's why you see me only going up to more than half of the bundle, because I wanted that top half to be a darker color. So obviously later on I changed my mind and just decided to do everything one color. But as you guys can see, that one dip, the hair is super pigmented and the color is depositing on the hair very well. So no, I did not need to tone the hair first before doing this method. I do not need to strip that yellow tint on the 613 hair. You can do this just as it comes and you will get these results. Just make sure that your water is hot and that the color is evenly deposited through the hair. So one thing you can do, you can just allow the hair to sit, which is what I did with the first bundle on the side. I let that hair sit because I wanted dimension. Even though I'm doing the watercolor method, I don't like one-dimensional hair. I like when hair has more than one dimension so that it has depth and a little bit of highlight, some contrast in the hair, because it's just my preference. So allowing that first bundle to sit for a while allowed the color to deposit on the bundle much more, so it's much darker than the rest of them. And as we kept dipping each bundle into the water, obviously the color deposited on the hair, which left the water in the tub to pretty much be lightened. So as you guys can see, that color in the tub right now has no more use. It's not depositing as rich as it first was because most of the color is drained onto the other bundles. So I just went ahead and applied more color in the pan, and I am just evenly distributing it onto the bundles. And yeah, that is the color of it. That's the original color I wanted to go to, but I still love that darker burnt orange shade. So I just added more boiling water into the pan, and y'all, it is so hot. This water was literally burning my hands while I was doing this video. Like, that's why I had to use the tinting brush. So I went in with the cinnamon and more of the Cajun Spice, and I'm just mixing it up. And then I decided to just make everything one even color. Now I ran out of cinnamon, which is what I actually needed to deepen up that color so that it can distribute and look a bit more even. But the Cajun Spice still worked very well. Now, one thing I have to say, if you're doing this method, then I will suggest that you cut off that rubber band that's holding the wefts together at the top so that it can evenly distribute the product throughout the hair. So as you guys can see, the top of the hair is very light and that bottom is pretty much dark. So you have that ombre, which I absolutely love. This was originally what I was going for, but I don't know, I feel like everything blended very well together, and I absolutely love the outcome of this hair. So if you guys are interested in purchasing this hair, all you have to do is check the description box down below. They have a discount code provided to you. Ye Hair also ships worldwide, and you get free shipping when you order. And yeah, guys, the hair is very nice, and I have been wearing this hair for a couple of days now, and I absolutely love it. So I'm removing those rubber bands on the top of the weft so that the color can evenly distribute throughout the hair. Y'all, my hands were on fire, like they were about to fall off. So I'm leaving the ends of the hair out of the pan because I didn't want that to get any more darker. I pretty much wanted to focus on the top part that I didn't get to color the first time. So that's my only thing. I was pretty much indecisive about this because I love depositing color by hand. So this was pretty much, you know, just to give you guys like an update on how to properly do this technique. So now I'm just allowing the hair to sit in the pan, and I'm just allowing the color to absorb more and deposit onto the hair. And then I just went in and drained it just to see how well the color paid off, and I absolutely loved it. So now once I did the bundles, I went ahead and finished up my frontal. Now obviously one thing that I really love about doing this technique is that your frontal, the knots on the frontal does not get colored at all. Now obviously when you're doing it by hand, you have to be careful, and you have to make sure that the dye does not get on the lace, because once it does, it's stained completely. So that's just something that you have to worry about. One thing that I did do with the hair that I did not show on camera, afterwards I went ahead with a darker, it was like a dark auburn burgundy color, but it was still brown. I went ahead and applied that to some parts of the frontal, like the root area, and I kind of dragged it through the hair as well as the bundles just to deepen the color up a bit. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I absolutely love this technique. I think next time, obviously, if I plan on doing one color, I would just do it at one time instead of going back in later, because it wasn't in my mind that I wanted to do the one color. I really wanted to do the ombre, but maybe that could be for another video. So I love this technique, and I definitely love this hair. This hair is bomb. Like, I think this is one of the most, I don't know, this hair is really good. It melted into my skin very nicely, and the hair is not thin as much as I don't know what I'm saying. So this is me just pretty much working that color in the frontal to get as much color on the hair as possible, so that I have less work to do when I go back in with that darker burgundy shade on top of the frontal. So yeah, so as you guys can see, now we are moving on to making the unit. Now what I did was just outline my unit, and I hope you guys can see that like more reddish color on the frontal. That's the color that I deposited on the roots and kind of dragged it through. And you can see in the back is a bit more orange than the front. So I think it blended together very well, and I'm very happy with the way that it turned out. So I just went ahead, sewed my frontal on. This is not a tutorial on how to make your wig. If you're interested, I do have a video, so go check that out. Yeah, so these lines are my guidelines for when I make my wig on my sewing machine. So I'm just sewing on my frontal by hand first. And usually I don't do it this way, but I wanted to show you guys, you know, the outline of how I just get my units ready. So this is the completed unit. The color looks amazing, and we have that dimension that I was telling you about, that light, that dark. Everything blends together very nice. And you guys, watch this. My headstand broke in the middle of me about to show you guys how I styled the hair. So this is the hair installed, and I absolutely love it. The lace is melted into my skin, and it looks amazing. It looks so beautiful, so nice, so rich, and so vibrant. And I really love this hair. It's straightened very well, and I would definitely recommend this hair to anyone who is thinking about purchasing an affordable 613 hair. This is amazing. So I just went ahead and applied some baby hairs just to the sides. I left my front part area bare because I like the way that it looked. And you guys, this looks amazing. So yeah, this is my updated video on how to watercolor method. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, then you know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. And don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this. And before we go, today's motivational quote is, "You've been tested and tried, but you made it through. Don't give up, and remember that you have a purpose on this earth." So with that being said, I will see you loves in my next video. Bye.
What I came to do, you know what I came to do.